Get Steve to throw first. Game on.
Hine has the darts. Best of 5
100
sets determines the match. First to 3, and first to 3 legs is for each particular set. Leonard Gates, the 51-year-old American, he's been in good form. 2022, this year, he won the Camellia Classic, a tournament he won a couple of years ago when among the people he beat on the way
91
to victory on that occasion, Larry Butler, another man who's been around forever, and as you heard Richard Ashdown tell you, 20 titles in all to his name in the United States.
100
It may be his debut, but the guy can clearly play.
He's just studying his throw there. He's clearly a very, very good player.
83
Steve will be happy with the way he started now. It's incredible how much importance dart players put on that first dart, and it was plumbing the treble 20 there. So, like I said earlier, has all the ingredients for a great game as Leonard looks for this
140.
Happy with that one. Little clench of the fist. That's for a 140. What's he going to do when he gets a 180?
Yeah,
100.
Exactly. I've been told that Steve Hine is the best kebab thrower in the world, John.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was at a county game.
It's rarely contested, that one.
Yeah, he couldn't eat it all. This is looking good here.
140.
He couldn't eat it all, so what he decided to do was throw it over a wall, and it landed on an ambulance stretcher with someone on there. So, well, the trials and tribulations
59.
of being a Warwickshire County player, I guess.
Leonard, you require 91.
That's an interesting little anecdote. Right, 91 then.
Two
this
ways.
is for a break of throw.
Yeah, 2 ways to go there, John, and he's gone where you can do it in the 2 darts. But what it means now is guaranteed a shot at the bullseye. So he's just missed the treble 14. So a big fat 20 to set up a tops for him.
51.
Hine on 68.
Steve,
Treble 20 we'll be looking
68.
at here for double 4. There it is, double 4.
Game shot on the first
nicely,
leg.
in quick
Steve
time,
Hine.
takes the opening leg. Nice,
Second
confident
leg, gets
check
Leonard
out.
to throw
And a
first.
nice look over to his family
Game
as well.
on.
It's amazing how much your friends and family, the support that you have. And I've probably got the best seat in the house here right now. But as I look down, I just remember the sea of red and white Borough
60.
fans just right below where I'm sat now, and it's bringing back some wonderful memories. So
Well, I'll tell you what, I commentated on all your title wins, and
60.
they were terrific occasions, and it's great to have you up here and giving your view of another championship. It must be a little bit of a goosebump thing coming back.
100.
it was goosebumps when I walked in, but I was brought back down to earth very quickly, John, when the security guard said, "You haven't got a band. If you haven't got a band, you're not getting in the VIP area." So
84.
back to earth with a bump.
A little bit of a who are you?
Exactly that, and just as I like it though, I really do like Leonard's throw here. I don't know a great deal about him,
44.
but what I do is a little bit of research with one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my darting life, and that's Danny Baggish. And Danny's given me a
85.
real CV about Leonard, pairs partner, and apparently a great singer as well.
Really? Yeah. Well, let's we'll look
So he
forward
might do
to
a Darryl Gurney at the end of this if he wins the match.
Well, there's been a little karaoke set up
99.
in the hotel. You know, I mean, if he's around this evening, he might be tempted to give us the benefit of his larynx.
45.
I mean, he's walked onto John Cena, so I don't know what type of music he's going to get, but I'm waiting for the "You Can't See Me." I sound like Paul Nicholson now, don't I?
You do. It's worrying. You'll be starting talking about wrestling before you know where you are.
Well, I know nothing about The Simpsons, and I know nothing about braised ox cheek and red wine jus, so that's about me limit.
100.
Well, here comes Gates on
Leonard,
throw.
you require
and
58.
with this 58 to hold his throw. Tops now. A little bit over pitched. The adjustment comes in and he
38.
overdoes it.
I think what I've learned about
Steve, you
today,
require 127.
certainly in the first men's game, it's that they're all scoring big. They're all scoring big, but it's who's hitting these doubles.
Needed the bullseye
102.
there for that 127. Got the treble 20, followed by the 17.
Leonard,
and
you
just
require 20.
wide of the mark. So double 10 for Gates.
Game shot on
And
the
that
second
puts him
leg.
back onto level
Leonard
terms. And again, the little fist bump as
Third
he
leg,
does
it's
so.
Steve to throw
He
first.
looks good. I'm impressed. I think both will be very happy the way the game started. And,
180.
there's my first commentary 180. So Steve Hine, put that one in your record books.
I've jotted it down. I'm there, all over it like a rash.
100.
Talking of Australian sayings, Tori just threw so well in that last match. I thought that was a terrific performance.
60.
The woman's performance of the tournament so far for me, that one.
Yeah, I remember when Corinne Hammond reached the final, and for me, it's the greatest ever champion speech that you do on a Sunday after a Lakeside.
100.
She used my favourite Aussie word, stoked. That's in a good Teesside way there, but she used it earlier. She was absolutely magnificent.
140.
And, I thought it was written in the stars for Dita today. I really did. But yeah, just Tori ripped up the record books there. She was phenomenal.
Gates a long way back. Hine is on a finish. 121.
121.
So quick. And he's got the treble 20.
89.
A little bit of experience there. He didn't go for the glory shot of the 11 bull. Sets it up nicely.
And leaves himself on his favourite double 16.
117.
It's a great visit. But Hine
Steve,
now
you require
32.
32.
Double 16 to get his nose ahead again. Should be a decent marker.
Game shot on the
nails
third
it.
leg.
Third time of
Steve
asking.
Hine.
Leading 2-1.
I do love the mannerisms of
Fourth
people.
leg, it's Leonard to throw first.
Glance there to
Game
the
on.
audience there. Yeah, he's a little bit old school, Steve, so I don't think we're getting too much celebration.
140.
It's a lovely game, John. I'm enjoying this. Like I said, both will be happy, both scoring big. As like I say, all the ingredients
99.
of a very, very good game.
Real down-to-earth sort of character, isn't he, Steve Hine?
Absolutely. Like I said, I was really laughing at some of the
60.
stories people were sending me about him, and yeah, there's a couple here which might make you giggle. But look, he has every chance here of being in the quarter-final of
100.
a Lakeside World Championships, and you know, that's what you've got to remember. You can have all the fun and throwing the muffins in the crowd, but he's here to do a job. And
Absolutely.
He's started off very, very well.
180.
His first maximum, one apiece. Woken the crowd up.
98.
Yeah, the
Leonard, you require
crowd may be a little bit small,
121.
but this afternoon, but you know, they're all darts connoisseurs. They all know when to cheer, when not to cheer. There's no better Lakeside crowd when it's for an
57.
opening day or a final. It's something very, very special.
I wonder who it's going to be, who we're going to be celebrating come Sunday night when
43.
the champions are named.
Leonard, you require 64.
Yeah, I guess I'm the expert summarise. I'm supposed to answer that, but it's honestly...
It's a tough ask, isn't it?
It
And it's
is.
still a long, long way to go.
32.
For me,
Steve,
the
you
best
require
person with the best day
161.
game is Cameron Menzies. It was good to see him get over the winning line yesterday.
65.
It's a bit
Celebration.
hot and cold for me.
Leonard, you require
his A game's there.
32.
It's in his B. Come on, Leonard.
32, double 16 to make it make it 2-all. This time, ooh, he's taking his time, and he's not got it.
27.
And maybe just taking his time there. Just
Steve,
maybe
you
lost his
require
rhythm.
96.
Trying to go above that double 8.
96 needed.
56.
So many players now. These younger players
Leonard,
who are
you
just
require
blitzing
5.
everybody these days would have gone double there. But like myself, Steve set it up there. And that's the hardest part of this finish, that big fat one there, so he's done it.
Double 2 then. Probably has to get this with Steve poised on tops,
3.
and he's missed it. So now Hine, this is for
Steve,
the
you
opening
require
set.
40.
Tops needed.
Game
And
shot
there
on the
it
first
is.
set.
Good start
Steve
for the
Hine.
Muffin Man. It's a race.
Thank you,
Jim.
ladies and gentlemen. Second
And
set,
that's been
first leg.
the
It's Leonard to throw
outstanding
first.
individual performance in terms of just scoring in the men's tournament
on.
so far. But now we get back to the action here. And Leonard Gates with the darts. There are the averages. You see Gates a couple of points down there.
78.
The game feels a little bit better than them averages, and maybe it was just a couple of doubles maybe that were missed on there.
100.
But I was just reading up on Leonard there, John. He's won a darts live event, a soft tip, and they're not easy to win. And I think the game of darts has been begging for a fantastic American to come through.
100.
And, rather than the sort of the soft tip. And we have got, like I said, we have got Danny Baggish over as a Pro Tour holder now, and yeah, it's great to see these North
60.
Americans, the Canadians, the Americans here this week, and the love they have for the darts.
Paul Nicholson are getting excited about that. Looks like a darter. That looks like a wrestler, doesn't he?
It didn't take him long, did it?
180.
When it went back of there, it didn't take him long, but stunning darts again there from Leonard. He's come away from that break. The break can help
85.
players. It can, you know, people in rhythm there, so he'd be delighted.
Leonard, you
with the start
require
he's got here.
143.
Well, 143 is on the finish. Well, that's not doing any good.
Is that what's called commentator's curse, that, John?
I think that is exactly what it is. You know, you give it the big
41.
setup and you're ready for it and say, right, now, come on, see what you can do, Leonard. First dart one.
Start the car, start the car.
140.
Steady again.
102's a finish. Us
Leonard,
dart
you
players
require
like.
102.
You know, I'm guessing he's going to go for the big 20 here. So, and that sets up the 6 or the 10, I'd like to think he's going to go. But like I said,
unfortunately, he missed it, didn't he? He gets only a single 20, wasn't in the treble. So thinks, eventually
62.
goes for 15, left him 62, so
Steve,
he's put
you
it on
require
tops.
116.
That's a good dart. Tops.
Game
Brilliant.
shot on the first leg.
116.
and the obligatory look to the crowd. Steve Hine, I am the muffin man.
That's going to make him have
Second
a bit of
leg,
a
it's
feel-good
Steve to
factor,
throw
isn't
first.
He's playing nice. He's playing
Game
lovely,
on.
and just doing exactly what he needs to do to be leading this match.
140.
Already had a maximum to his name. In fact, both men have. And that's a good start to the second leg of this second set.
40.
It's always tough coming back the next leg, you know, the leg that you should win. Leonard was cruise control, really, and then Steve pings that, and then you look up, and yeah, he's doing that.
180.
Go on, Steve. Throw your hands in the air, man.
It's not really his modus operandi, is it? Might be a bit more of a ebullient look about him if he eventually gets across the line and wins this
59.
one.
Yes, he might do a finger point. Did you see that Bob Anderson 180 at the...
I did.
Oh, wow.
Roll back the years, eh?
137.
Yes, I'm looking for that photo. I'm a bit of memorabilia away from my dart room, and I think that final finger in it was iconic. It was lovely to see.
55.
Yeah.
Steve, you
Lovely
require
fella is Bob.
44.
And I know he's watching right now, so you can blush a bit if you like. Double 16.
Game shot on the
Well,
second
it's going
leg.
all very much
Steve
according
Hine.
to plan here for Steve Hine. And it's slipping
Third leg,
away
it's Leonard to
from
throw
Leonard
first.
with worrying rapidity.
Yeah, it's a great
Game on.
feeling. It's a great feeling. One set up, 2-0 up, playing nice, and yeah, it's a lovely feeling that stage when you're playing like this.
Meantime, Leonard's got to find a way
100.
to dig himself out.
It's not as if he's playing bad darts. He's, you know, just credit
97.
to Steve. He is. He's overachieving. He's playing really well here.
Well, he's averaging 92 now, compared with Gates' 81. And averaging 97 in this set.
180.
That'll give Gates a little bit more impetus, maybe.
When I talked about Steve's county career, I remember a game
95.
when he was 2-0 up. I think it was at Cornwall. He won in 12 and 14 darts. He then turned round to the glass of the jug of water, poured it over himself, and then went and lost 3-2.
59.
So I'm glad he left the water alone today.
Yeah, pouring water over yourself ain't necessarily a good idea, is it? Why on earth did he do that?
96.
From Coventry.
You've not started babbling on about Middlesbrough yet in your visit here.
No, no. If there's two things I don't talk about, it's being Premier League champion or supporting Middlesbrough. So
99.
I'm like Uncle Albert. I don't like to talk about it.
Leonard, you require
I'll talk about
64.
supporting Sheffield United. 64 then here for Gates. Tops. Yes, 24, mate. Tops.
Game
Good
shot on the
darts.
third leg. Leonard Gates.
Hold the throw.
An
Fourth
enjoyable
leg, it's
game.
Steve to throw first. Game on.
Steve Darts now. He'll be. This is where he really wants to kick in now. It's
42.
there's no worse feeling than being 2-0 up in a set and you know blowing it. So this is a big leg, and he hasn't started like you would be hoping.
No, the gate ajar. And
100.
he needed that treble with the last dart and gets his nose ahead. There are the averages, and you see Hine outscoring
60.
Leonard Gates.
He should have celebrated. If he'd have run to the crowd, this set would be over now. Start celebrating, Steve, man. Come on.
93.
That's the view from the back of the hall, the Wolfie Adams view.
42.
Usually a crowd of punters around him for his autograph. He never says no to anybody. He's the absolute Lakeside legend, is that man.
It's one of the reasons he
85.
has been so popular for so long.
I was the total opposite. I unfortunately,
You were a nice lad.
Yeah, I might have been a nice lad, but all I ever did was sit in the Frimley Green
140.
Workman's Club and never come to the venue unless I was playing.
Why was that? Just for concentration reasons?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, when you do start winning, you don't sort of change
101.
your habit of a lifetime type thing. Sort of got superstitious in the end. And I must admit, I mean, the Crucible snooker's starting soon, and when I drove past today, when I saw the Frimley Green sign and saw the Workman's
Leonard, you
Club,
require
I'll tell you what, there was a few
122.
butterflies in my stomach. There's so many good memories from round here.
Needed the treble 18 for the bull. Hine not on a finish.
56.
Scott Waite's always used to use that little club as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I was first or if he was, but yeah, usually when I was in there, Stephen Bunton, he would like it in there too, so maybe that's the secret.
54.
2 ways again
Leonard,
to
you require
66.
66.
Looking at treble 10, do you think, John?
Yeah,
Maybe
I reckon.
bullseye?
He's looking at the right side. There you go. Except he's got treble 6. Well, 8 would leave double top. He just checks with the referee what score is remaining. That's all the referee's able to tell him. He can't tell him how to go for it.
His counting's not great, is it?
Doesn't appear to be.
Again, these soft tip players, when you do that, it sort of scores it for yourself.
Double 16. And misses it. Yeah, there's been a few of the soft tip
Steve, you require
players. I mean, Jose
122.
de Souza's not
Wow.
a good counter, is he?
Yeah. That's a
82.
lovely setup there from Steve as he looks to the heavens there. But this is a
Leonard, you
vital double
require
here. This
60.
is for me to stay really in the match, because 2 sets down would be tough.
Big
Aim
moment,
shot on the fourth
and
leg.
he knows the
Leonard
importance of
Gates.
that. It's 2 apiece, and he'll have the darts now in the deciding leg
Fifth leg.
of
It's
this
Leonard to
second
throw
set.
first.
There's my man, Danny
Game
Baggish. Looking really smart today, pair of shorts and a t-shirt. Reminds me when Corey Cadby turned up, a pair of sandals or flip-flops or
140.
something like that, and 6 inches of snow outside, and yeah, he turned up in flip-flops.
You're a brave man turning up in shorts
97.
today. It's been absolutely hosing it down about half an hour ago. He says with slightly gritted teeth, because I was actually out in it.
134.
This is a lovely leg here from Leonard.
He's starting to put it together, isn't he?
He is, isn't he?
45.
And meanwhile, Steve has just lost the radar slightly. He's going to be on a finish
99.
with Hine more than 200 adrift.
The minimum he needed there was 2 trebles, and
Leonard, you require
sort
128.
of keeps him in the game, but really 6 darts from here, he should be winning the set.
58.
Again, his counting's not great, John. I hope that doesn't come back and bite him in the bottom later, because if Steve, and he is, this is interesting.
177.
He should have been
Very
looking at 18s, really, shouldn't he? Now
Leonard, you
he
require
requires
70.
70.
And it's all about rhythm now. He should know exactly what he wants.
Double 16.
Big double.
54.
Now, this is for the set
Steve, you
to go
require 42.
2 up.
And this is the experience. Look at that, 2 big gulps of breath, and that's what I say to people. Just sort yourself out. No.
Game shot on the
Absolutely.
second set.
It
I like
works.
exactly
Steve
what he
Hine.
did there, Johnny. And that's experience, and that's what, that's what these guys who have done the circuit. And there he goes. It's always, like I said, you can't beat your family bear. But what won that leg there was them 2 big gulps of.
Third set, first leg.
He'll
It's
be
Steve to
feeling
throw
absolutely
first.
fantastic right now.
Yeah, he just set
Game on.
himself and set himself beautifully. Rob Cross is a big one for that, isn't he? Gets himself
61.
on the pressure double and takes a step back and just resets.
Yeah, he sort of rubs his hands on his legs, and he sort of does that every double. But sometimes you just need that reset. Yeah, I wasn't
100.
You know, I'm not the quickest player myself, and you know, would often stand back at a double. But I really like that. And that, I mean, that's phenomenal doubling. That 55%.
85.
Absolutely. You're doubling at that sort of rate. Well, anything over 50%. If somebody said to you, hey, Glenn, you're going to get 50% on your doubles today, you'd be absolutely delighted, wouldn't you?
81.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of all these stats. Now you can really analyse your game afterwards. But yeah, if you'd offered him that beforehand, he would have smacked your hands.
58.
You certainly can.
Yeah. Can we know who she's supporting?
I thought that was Tommy Cooper behind.
55.
Hine, 2 sets up, 1 more, and he wins the match and takes his place
60.
in the next round against Thibaut Tricol, who had that victory over Sean Burt earlier.
Wow, so what an absolute opportunity for, you know, to get to the semi-finals at Lakeside. That's not a bad section of the draw, that.
No.
95.
There's some tough games, you know, there's some really special ones tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing Luke Littler in, you know, in action. 15-year-old.
137.
Against Richard Veenstra. I mean, nobody's been talking about Veenstra as a potential champion, but he's a good quality player who's got so much experience.
Yeah, Jim Williams was here last night. I've seen him on the TV supporting James Huddle, but he thinks Richard Veenstra's got a great chance. So I've seen him at breakfast this morning.
Game shot on
Good
the first
darts.
leg.
Come on,
Steve
look to your
Hine.
crowd. Go on, come on, Steve.
Hold the throw.
Jump in the air, Steve. Come on.
Second leg, it's
Just a
Leonard
nod
to
of the
throw
head.
first.
I think he's just looking across to the table. Is it where his wife's sitting?
Game on.
Yeah, he's
And just, I think most of the nods and little signs are in her direction. I don't think he's too worried about too many others.
yeah, it's incredible
44.
what your family can do. Just a little nod of the head, and you know, I've had my daughter here when I've won games, and it's amazing when you can hear their voices.
60.
A little nod from his wife, and Steve will know exactly what he's doing, and he keeps looking over there.
And he's moving along quite nicely. That's a good cover shot.
96.
Got to be a big seismic change in the match, though, to get Gates back.
Yeah, little Richard once told me, run through the line. He said that was my problem in my very early days.
60.
So it's exactly what Steve needs to be doing now. Just focusing on. He's got this game in the palm of his hands now, so he doesn't need to think too much. Just keep playing, keep looking down, keep doing what you're doing, remain focused, and run through that line.
140.
Good work from Gates.
60.
On throw, he's doing what he needs to. He's controlling this leg now, looking for the setup. That's good.
123.
Mentally, Steve has probably put this leg to bed
Leonard,
now
you
and already
require
thinking
98.
of the next leg. But yeah, Leonard, double 12. That's a great
Game
leg of
shot on the
darts. That brings
second
him right
leg.
back.
Leonard Gates.
That's a 15-dart leg, incidentally. If you,
Third leg, it's Steve
if you
to throw
have a
first.
free run
Game
at
on.
it there, and you can put your darts together, it's going to be something you're going to be growing in confidence.
137.
He'd be
That's
feeling
better.
good. He'd be feeling 15 dart, but then he looks up and he sees Steve hitting 2 trebles out the 3, and sometimes that can be a real killer. But he's looking good. I'm very impressed.
140.
And another
Superb
2
darts.
trebles.
100.
I think she said the same as me there, pointing that camera away from me. I tell you what, when I got on that stage earlier for some commentary there, my legs were shaking. This is harder than it looks.
Well,
60.
people think this is a walk in the park, you know. And now you know. Tell everybody.
I have so much more respect for
60.
you now, John. I will promise
What
I
you
won't.
mean you had none at all before?
Well, I promise I won't leave any more empty pizza boxes outside your door no more now. So
as long as you don't start charging, them to my room.
97.
I was a naughty boy, wasn't I? I was naughty.
I thought it was incredibly amusing.
Again, Steve is looking.
140.
Let's see. Let's see what he does here. Look over to your family.
64 needed, and then he'll be just a leg away. If he can put that away, he'll be a leg away from victory.
Like I said, he's thrown here for 15 darts. That means that Leonard's got to throw 12 darts to break him. So that's the way Steve's mentality will be right now. And 64 is a finish us dart players
57.
like. So he'd be looking to
Steve,
finish
you
off
require
here.
64.
He'll be looking at 16s. Another one for the double. Always missed it for tops.
24.
I don't think he went for that. I think he was looking for 16.
He's so quick sometimes.
Leonard, you
I'm
require
unsure what he's done. But
147.
that 16's an 8. You can sort of aim for the middle sometimes, wherever it goes. He's a chance. This would be a real big... Oh, come on.
Hello. Double 18. Well, this would hurt. This is for a break of throw.
129.
They're game changers, John. They're game changers. And part of me, I was
Steve, you
thinking he was
require
adding up along
40.
the way there, and I've got a feeling that's his problem for this game.
Double 10.
Game shot.
Well,
the
there
third
it is.
leg.
Hold the throw
Steve
after all
Hine.
that. A little bit of a worry. Gates was right on him there, but couldn't get the double he
Fourth leg,
wanted.
it's Leonard to
Just
throw
missed that
first.
double 18.
Game on.
And now Hines is one leg away from a place in the next round.
The next round being the quarterfinals as well. I mean, that's what these guys are playing for right now.
43.
It's big prizes, big opportunities, and he would fancy his chances. Either these players against Thibault as well, and unless
81.
Thibault sorts out his doubles, John.
Well, I thought Thibault, I mean, he's obviously a very good player, but I thought he was a bit fortunate to beat Sean Burt. You know, Burt missed 6 match darts. 6.
40.
Do you think sometimes you need that luck to win tournaments?
Well, sure.
As I hear your voice there, automatically my brain's going back to my game against Paul Hogan.
Oh, he'll love you
66.
talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0, 2-0, it was, you know, it changed my life, that game. So, yeah, sometimes you just need that luck to win. It's not often you win a tournament without going through a game with a bit of luck.
140.
Better from Gates. Steve Hine, well, he'd be serving for it if he can, even if he loses this. But he'd love to get it actually sorted right now.
Absolutely. If I was Leonard Gates after this, when I get back home, I would be playing 2-0-1 games. So you need to start working around, because from 5-0-1 to 2-0-1, he's scoring lovely.
2-1-4 he had
84.
left. And now he's on a finish and just needs, I say just, needs to tuck away 140 to get into the last 8.
85.
Are you going to give me a showstopper of a finish on my first commentary experience, Steve?
There's the first one. There's the second one. And
No
just
score.
the wrong side of the wire.
I am sorry to Paul Hogan for harping on about this, but that is exactly the position
Leonard,
he
you
hit
require
for double 16,
132.
going for double 8 to beat me. Apologies, Paul.
And after all that, of course, he busts the go. So he's still there and still on 130.
This is the bit I don't like. It's this counting, it's ruining his rhythm. He just hit a treble 20 there, sweet.
92.
Sets it up nicely.
Steve,
This
you
130
require
doesn't look as big as it did a
130.
couple of seconds ago.
Needed the treble for Bull, couldn't find it.
94.
So now it's Gates with tops to make it 2 apiece. He'll certainly
Leonard,
be able to
you
work
require
out the maths
40.
on this one.
This is to save his throat to take us to the last leg.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
Great dart.
Leonard
Right
Gates.
in the perfect position.
He's got his supporters there behind
Fifth
him.
leg,
This
it's
is a
Steve
huge
to
leg,
throw
obviously,
first.
without stating the
Game
obvious.
on.
Steve will just be thinking right now, just give me 1 treble. 100, 100, 100.
There the averages, nothing between them now.
49.
And was that a little bit of nerves coming in?
Absolutely.
The match is on this one.
81.
Hine takes this leg, he wins. Gates takes it, and we go onwards. It'll be 2-1 to Hine.
140.
It's been so competitive, this game. 2 guys, averaging very similar. Sometimes it can just come down to the odd double here, or even the odd treble. But this is
100.
this is looking good from both players. This is an exciting finale to this set.
We needed that
81.
treble. He was delighted to see that one go in, and look at the reaction.
Plumage. Where Mardle. Plumage.
Good darts.
140.
So Hine starting to get under a bit of pressure here. He's got 6 darts from 231 and he's not finding trebles. He needed that.
93.
All you're thinking right now is 140. Please give me a 140. First bit done. Just over it.
83.
Did you see what he did again there? Looking over to his
Steve, you
scores, you should know
require
exactly what, on
138.
180 what you need from there.
Treble 18 to leave double 12.
140.
Good effort.
Fantastic effort there from the Muffin Man.
Leonard, you require
So
97.
This is all about the first dart for me. Now it's tough. There he goes again. He needs to work on these clutch finishing. He should know exactly what he knows. There it is. That's beautiful.
Double 12.
Shut up, Glenn. Let him take his time.
Oh,
73.
my goodness, that was close.
I was going to walk out then.
Steve, you require
Double 12
24.
for the match. Yes, he's done it. He's done it. Steve Hine takes it 3-0.